focus. Their shadow boxing is complete. Tonight, 16 fighters chase the same dream in the ultimate barroom brawl. Their goal to be crowned the toughest man in the Midwest. But the question still rages, what makes these guys so tough?
Unforgiving.
Challenge.
Growing up in the city.
Seek and destroy.
Smart. With a name like Rion, sometimes you had to be tough.
My determination to work very hard.
I'm psychotic.
Tenacity.
I'm me.
Tonight, in a competition where only the toughest survive, we'll find out if these fighters are what they say. It should be a knockout night in Detroit. It's fist securing next in the Toughman contest. The city that put the U.S. on wheels, an American symbol of elbow grease and productive might. And tonight at the Cobo Arena, the former home of the Detroit Pistons, guns will be blazing as we present barroom brawls at their best. It's the Midwest Regional Toughman Championship on Prime. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck. You've heard the expressions would've, should've, could've. Well, you can throw them all out the window tonight, because this evening we'll find out if talk translates to toughness, as 16 of the toughest guys in and around the Detroit area try to find out which one indeed is the toughest of all. My broadcast partner is Dave Bontempo, and Dave, these Toughman competitions are springing up all over the country.
Bruce, people are familiar with the Toughman, the finalized pay-per-view version. Now we go to the grassroots level. This is where it all begins, and what a road it is. 70 competitions, nearly 3,000 fighters, and 9,000 scheduled rounds. Quite a lot of activity between now and May.
And it all culminates at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas on May the 20th, a pay-per-view spectacular with $50,000 to the winner in a winner-takes-most event. Now, Dave, let's talk about some of our competitors, because they easily could be your next-door neighbor.
And beyond. This is the white collar and the blue collar, both coming under the umbrella of tough. We've had doctors and lawyers, mechanics and robotics, people who have owned their own business, and also a guy who had his head cracked with 7 beer bottles, but he did not bleed.
And coming up next, we'll chat with a man who turned the Toughman concept into the Toughman contest, Art Dorr. And we'll also talk to Mr. T, a 2-time world champion in the Toughman. More from Cobo Arena in just a moment.
No shrimps. The World Toughman Championship. Coming in May on pay-per-view. You won't know what hit you.
20th pay-per-view, Las Vegas, Nevada, 50 things. Joining me now, the entrepreneur from Bay City, Michigan, who invented the Toughman concept, Art Dorr. Art, tell us about the evolution of the Toughman.
Well, Bruce, we started back in 1975 up in beautiful Bay City, Michigan. All the local tough guys would go to the fight, say, hey, them guys can't fight, you know. I got tired of hearing that. I said, look, we're going to have you guys fight each other one time. So we rented the arena, we put the guys in. It was great. The house just filled up. They loved it. It's great entertainment. People just love to see the action. It's something that's guys that they can relate to. They're great. They're the toughest guys in the world. That's what we got.
Also with us at ringside, Clubber Lang on Rocky III and the star of stage, screen, and cinema, Mr. T. And T, tell me about you winning the Toughman twice.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. When I'm thinking about it now, I'm thinking about the intensity that it's going to take to win. You know, when I won it, I wasn't friendly with nobody. I didn't talk to my competitors, you know, because they were trying to get what I wanted, you know. So it's just a mean atmosphere, you know. You're not friendly, but it's not dirty. You just don't want to talk to nobody, you know.
What did it mean to your career?
Well, back again, I knew whoever won the contest would go on to fame and fortune. That's why at the time I trained so hard for it. You know, look at it, look what it did for me. I won it, went on to did Rocky, the A-Team, and on a lot of things. So that's why I'm here to add credibility to the contest. Let the guys know, like I won, they can win and get on to bigger things themselves.
Mr. T will wear 1,000 hats tonight. He will also wear 1,000 chains. Right now, let's take a look at some of the conditions for the Toughman competition for tonight. 18-foot square ring, 16-ounce gloves, which are oversized gloves, also 3 one-minute rounds, 45-second rest period between rounds this evening. And Dave Bontempo digests these standards.
The big thing, Bruce, is the 18-foot ring is a puncher's ring. No place to run, no place to hide. Very important, a very small ring. The 16-ounce gloves, they're done for safety. Also, though, the fighters have to hold them up, and that affects them down the road from a stamina standpoint. 1-minute rounds, let it all hang out. That's the message, and 45 seconds between, that's fair. In boxing, 3 minutes and a 1-minute break. Here, 45 seconds and a 1-minute fight, so you're getting a chance to let it all go.
We start with 16 fighters tonight. We end up with just one, which means you have to win 4 different matches during the course of the evening. We'll take a short break. We'll come back to Cobo Arena for our opening bout of the night in the Midwest Regional Toughman Championship. We'll be right back.
Round is already underway, and Jeff the Pitbull Graff pulled an upset over Sugar Ray Hammonds with the split decision.
For Hammonds, a national finalist last year, it's a different year. He goes out early.
And Bob Jigsaw Martens with a TKO over Wayne the Terminator Purtell.
One bomb made the difference.
We now move to third round action. Tremendous heart on the part of both fighters. And now it's Agby. Malach counters and lands a straight left.
And Malach showing resilience here.
Agby, exhausted, falls to the canvas. That's a slip.
That's a fatigue slip.
Under 20 seconds in the bout. Malach still throwing jabs. A wounded Agby trying to come back. And down he goes from exhaustion, and that is a knockdown.
Critical aspect of the fight there.
And that is it, the end of the fight.
It will be interesting to see what toll this takes on Malach down the road, because this was a grueling fight. It had to take a lot out of him. A scintillating fans war. Agbe couldn't even keep himself up anymore. Malach standing forward, and Agbe knocked himself down, really.
He just went down from exhaustion.
That might figure into the scoring. In fact, I'm sure it will. But Malach seemed to have the edge in the last half of the fight anyway.
Every once in a while, it looked as though Malach was out of it, and then he'd come back with a straight punch.
Agbe, many times, needed just one more punch. He might have been able to put this fight away. But Malach hang in there, and he might get this.
So it's in the hands of the judges, but I believe that it was Malach who should get the call.
I think so too, and that's a knockdown at the end of the fight. In a short fight, that's very critical.
Let's go to Art Door.
We have a decision. The winner on a very close but unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner,
tonight, but it really doesn't matter. Tremendous heart showed by Greg Malach, who earns the unanimous decision. That could be quite interesting as you take a look at Rion Riley, who was once invited for a tryout with the Detroit Tigers. And the Iceman, Ronnie Taylor, 175 pounds, lightest man in this competition.
Riley was entered into this competition by his brother. It's a surprise. First he had to beat a clown in the first round of the competition. Now he's got to face the Iceman.
And we're set to go. Rion Riley against the Iceman, Ron Taylor. Taylor with the mustache, and right out of the corner, it's Riley landing good punches.
Let's see if Riley uses his muscle or whether Taylor will use his quickness.
Riley with the black underneath the gray trunks.
And a body shot by Taylor. How rare. That's almost against tough man rules.
It is. There's no such thing as execution. Oh, a swing and a miss by Ron Taylor.
body shot by Taylor. Riley backing up.
And another good body blow landed by the Iceman, Ron Taylor.
Then he went upstairs. What is this punching in sequence?
Oh, straight right hand by Ronnie Taylor. And that had to hurt.
He got full leverage behind it, despite being the lightest fighter in here.
Another solid body blow, and Taylor showing us excellent mechanics.
Okay. Remember, go downstairs, that body comes on. Okay? Taylor unfurling the best leverage. Taylor showing the best leverage of anybody in this competition. Takes two shots and then he comes up. Good right hand to the top. Watch the hips. He turns into his shots and makes the most out of everything.
Round number 2. Let's listen in to Mr. T.
Here, the Iceman from Jackson.
And Art Door.
The Taylor Terror.
I'll tell you, they punching. The little guy's swinging, he's punching. I'll tell you, this is... Look at the hit power. Oh, man.
Unbelievable standing up. Unbelievably tough. They're all as tough as you, Mr. T.
Now, I used to be tough, Art. That's what I'm co-hosting now. I'm glad I'm retired. These guys is hit. I'll tell you, they look lightweight, but they punching. I'll tell you, he barely made the weight, right?
He just made it at 175 pounds as far as the Iceman.
If he had that chicken sandwich, you wouldn't have made it.
Right, that's right. Tough men don't care how big they are, you know that.
They like to fight. No wrestling, no wrestling. All right, I'm wrestling with Paul Hulk Hogan.
There's a look at Art Door and Mr. T calling some excellent commentary.
And there's Taylor again unfurling. Riley comes back and lands a couple shots, but excellent left hook by Taylor and the right hand underneath. Good sense of punch sequence. He turned into everything, and the right uppercut, maybe his best punch of the fight.
Third and final round, and Ron Taylor putting the pressure on Rion Riley, and now Riley counters.
But Riley is not fast enough. He needs the bomb that Bob Martens got earlier in this competition. He needs the one-punch miracle.
Riley backs Taylor into the ropes. Straight right hand just grazed Riley. Taylor, beautiful slip. He made a real Buddy McGirt-like move.
Riley only had a week to train because he was a surprise entrant, and it shows.
And that is it. The fight comes to an end, and I thought some of the best mechanics we have seen ever in the Toughman competition.
You usually see it, Bruce, from the lighter fighters who have to compensate for the lack of power with something else. Quickness is their ally, and tonight Taylor used it all the way.
Shake his hand.
Job. Taylor again, round 3, the big right over the top. Again, turning into his punches. A little head movement. He thinks he gets out of the way of a shot and then makes his opponent pay. Riley, at this point, it's a long round, and that's a good snapping left hook by Taylor.
So it's Ron Taylor against the Taylor Terror. Here's the decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this one. Before I announce it, give them both a big round of applause. They come. Unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, the Iceman, Ronnie Taylor, the Iceman.
A well-deserved unanimous decision by the lightest man in the event, the Iceman, Ron Taylor, a truck driver from Jackson, Michigan. elimination tournament. And our next bout of the night, in the first round, the wild man, Kenneth Brooks, out of the Jackson Penitentiary just about 6 months ago, against Jamie the Bulldog Brown, who loads trucks for UPS, and there is the wild man. He is 40, the oldest entrant tonight.
Stamina, a big factor with him.
His opponent, the Bulldog, Jamie Brown. This is his 4th Toughman competition. He won the Marion, Ohio Championship in '93. So in the shorts, it's the Bulldog Brown. And in the teal sweatpants, it's Kenneth Wildman Brooks. And Dave, you can wear whatever you want.
It's the ultimate blue-collar competition. We see the khaki pants, the long, the guerrilla warfare type clothes. Hey, wear what you're comfortable with. No ties accepted in the ring.
And out of the gate, Jamie the Bulldog Brown explodes. To the body. To the body again.
A 23-year difference here in age.
Solid right hand. Good combination by the Bulldog Brown.
A key to the Toughman. Get the momentum. And you can usually parlay it at least to the end of the round. And Bulldog came out swarming. The wild man cannot figure him out. And
good right hand.
Is punishment.
Standing 8 count. Standing 8 given by the referee, Kelly Roop. There's some blood streaming from the nose of Kenneth Brooks. And Brown lands the right. This one could be stopped any moment.
Should be stopped.
And it is.
No more, no more, no
That's
more.
it. That's it. It's over.
No more.
It is over. Kelly Roop stops the fight.
And a good move by Roop.
It was all Jamie the Bulldog Brown.
He came out smoking. He got Brooks confused and then just went all the way with it. That's how Toughman is. You get one streak and you can usually get a victory right away if you play everything right. And Jamie Bulldog Brown certainly did. He came swarming in. He's down low, the big right hand to the head, and now he smells the victory here. Goes right forward and gets it. There's the 8 count. That was the first sign that Brooks was in huge trouble. And then Bulldog was able to finish off the job here. Tremendous right uppercut from a big man, and it had a tremendous effect. Brooks, he wants to go. Bulldog Brown wasn't satisfied, but that move was made in the best of Brooks's health.
Motor City at the Cobo Arena. First round of the Midwest Regional Toughman. And in our next bout, Alfred Adams, the Atom Bomb, against Mike Benson, Section 8. And we've got 2 bruisers going here. Adams 294, Benson 3 bills even.
I feel bad for the ring.
I don't blame you. There's a look at Adams' stat note. He once saved a baby from running in the street, and what a young man he is.
I think the car hit him and backed up.
And Michael Benson's nickname, Section 8. He got the nickname from his friends. Section 8 stands for a person in the service who would get Section 8 for being mentally unstable. Here's the tail of the tape.
Same age, same height, same weight. Excessive. Last night, when Adams won, he jumped on top of the ring, and you could feel the quake in here.
You could put the term excessive down instead of the numbers, right?
That's right.
Here we go. Alfred the Bomb Adams comes out firing. Right hand landed by Adams. Look at these 2 heavyweights go at it. It's a rumble.
The crowd has to get on their feet for this one.
This is the Toughman competition the way it was envisioned to be.
Think about when else you'll see 594 pounds right in front of you.
Adams is quick. A left by Adams. And Benson tries to counter. That's a slip. Adams went down. No, it's ruled a knockdown.
Call. Very tough call on Adams. Can he get up?
So a knockdown for Benson. And Benson now continuing to land. This will be an interesting one to look at, Dave Von Temple, because I thought Adams was dominating the round until Benson somehow got him down. I don't know, was it a punch?
It didn't appear to be on the first look, and that's important because the judges have to rule it a knockdown. Here there are the two behemoths right in front of you. The right by Adams, Section 8 coming back, and the elbow put him down. That's a bad call. It should not have been a knockdown.
Absolutely. Here's another look at it.
You see the elbow doing the damage, and that is a tough call in Toughman.
But the officials will probably score it 10-9 for Benson, so Adams must come back in the second round.
It's hard to recover in a three-round fight from a knockdown.
Look at the quickness on Adams, and he gets pushed down by Section 8 Benson. He is pushed to the ground.
This could be it.
A knockdown is called.
Adam Bomb is hurt, and he's not getting up. He's punching his ribs.
It's over. The Adam Bomb has landed.
The people think that it was a push. The replay will be very interesting to see that, because he went down in a heap, and that is one heap. Let's take a close look. This should be very interesting. How did the Adam Bomb go off? A right hand over the top and a clubbing right to the heat. Pushed him down.
Pushed him down. So Adams got a couple of bad breaks.
And when a big guy like that goes down, it's a long time before he gets up.
I think he went down on his back, and he's in a lot of pain right now. He went down hard on his back, and he never could recover. And he is a tough young man, that Alfred Adams, a car mechanic who played football, was a tough middle linebacker in Detroit. And I think he got a couple of bad breaks.
He got two very bad breaks. And what's also ironic is, even if he had won this fight, and in that condition he wouldn't be able to continue, but it's rough in there, and a tough call, because they result in points, and in this case decides to fight.
So it's Section 8, Michael Benson, who was in the 101st Airborne Rangers of the U.S. Army, who wins it in a TKO over Alfred the Adam Bomb Adams. A controversial bout, but Michael, Section 8 Benson, advances. Celebrities and a lot of fighters on the ground. There's Michael Moore. Michael Moore, the #1 contender, WBA, IBF heavyweight, will take on Evander Holyfield on April 22nd.
Moore, a big southpaw, loves this tough man competition.
Marlon the Thorn Curry will take on Terrence Pop. They call him Terrible in this next bout, and Pop could be one of the favorites. He's a gentleman who was an airborne ranger and was in a Panama conflict in '89 and received a Purple Heart. As you look at Marlon the Thorn Curry, who designs clothes. There's Terrible Terrence Pop. He has earned all the berets that an Army offers: paratrooper, ranger, and Green Beret. Toughman competition.
Something that always gets the crowd riled up between rounds and keeps their focus on the competition. They've got their own competition.
That's right. They're trying to advance to Las Vegas, and they do have some scantily clad outfits. Underway round #1. Terrible Terrence Pop against Marlon Thorn Curry.
We don't know if those outfits were designed by Curry, though.
There you go. Pop with the long Army pants, and Curry with the long pants that say Thor on the side.
Pretty good styles matchup so far. The jabbing of Pop and Curry going to southpaw and coming back.
Some good bombing and weaving by both fighters. Short right hand landed by Pop. Curry moves well.
And the crowd hates it. You bring a few boxing skills into a situation like that, and the crowd turns on you in a moment.
And a pretty combination by Marlon Curry. And a good slip and punch.
If you bob and weave here, people want you to bob and weave out.
An outstanding round of boxing by Marlon Curry.
And you hear the result. Please spit it out. Pops, too much looking, baby.
There's a look at Pop's corner. Scotty Smith. And also Thomas Super Kicks Jr. Downing. Here at ringside. This is round number 2 between Pop and Curry. And a short uppercut landed by Pop.
And Curry goes back to right-handed now and tries to settle down.
Curry again, very good balance and boxing skills.
I think he's shifting styles too often. He's not staying with one of them long enough.
And Pop looks tired.
He had a big first round, but pacing is an important element here.
Curry with the lead against the airborne Ranger, who was run over by an enemy truck after parachuting onto an airstrip and fought all night with a dislocated right hip. He's got lots of heart. He's got a Purple Heart from a general.
That's what we gotta do, baby. Come on, first 2 rounds. You gotta knock him out now. Hey, you gotta knock him out. You gotta have some big right hands, brother. You're not throwing any hard punches. I want some knockout punches now. Come on. Boy, he said, shit, I'm gonna back up this way, all right? Make him respect you. He would play Smitty Smith. Smitty Smith.
Here we go, round number 3. Could be it.
Well, we finally get snap, crackle, and pop.
Terrence Pop exploding. Curry is being attended to by the ringside physicians, who very quickly jumped in to help out.
Curry hit his head on the back. Pop explodes here. One punch can turn around a tough man. And that was the big right hand. And his head hit the canvas afterward. That's why he's still down now. His shoulders, then the head.
And terrific work by the ringside physicians, who quickly were on the scene to make sure he had consciousness. And in terms of safety, Dave, what about the tough man over the years?
And forgot about the count there. And since they've had the new rules, nobody's been hurt in this competition seriously more than 25,000 fighters in recent years.
75,000 fights, no serious injuries in the last 10 years, and safety there helped. But what a story. Terrible Terrence Pop with the one-punch knockout in the tough man. We continue on with the final bout of the first round in the Midwest Regional Tough Man Championship here in Detroit, Michigan. It's Hugh TNT Wiley against the Christian Robert Holt, who many think might be one of the favorites in this competition. First of all, a look at TNT Wiley, who is entering his second Tough Man and won a championship in 1990 at Short Huron.
And getting his second chance here, beaten earlier, but was an alternate and was selected after another fighter could not make it.
There's the Christian Robert Holt, who once had to shoot a guy while being dragged down the street with a car.
Wasn't he being stabbed with a screwdriver?
He was, and he recovered.
in one of his earlier fights, Robert Holt ended it in a few seconds, and he was upset that it did not go longer. That's a very heavy puncher, maybe the heaviest one-punch puncher in the competition.
We've got to watch Holt from the very beginning here because he is dangerous in the first 20 seconds. Round number 1, scheduled for 3. Holt with a 30-pound advantage. Holt lands the left, and another, and a right. Holt is powerful. Another right hand by Holt. And through the ring ropes goes QTNT Wiley. It's over.
This time, Holt took a little more time here, about 10 seconds, then measured his opponent, and as we said, the heavy puncher, the one bomb did it all.
The Christian, Robert Holt. Watch him in action, Dave.
The right hand does it. He's got him trapped. To watch the uppercut. That is, there was a right hand coming across, and that was it. But he was standing his ground. He was square, and there was nowhere for Wiley to go. Big bombs. And that's not a very Christian act.
But it's a very Toughman act, isn't it?
Calling him Christian in a competition like that would be like calling a 300-pound guy Twiggy.
An amazing performance by Robert Holt.
It makes you wonder who can beat him.
I don't know. Holt by far the most impressive of the opening round. And we said the first 20 seconds to watch this guy, and he was exactly what we thought he would be. Arena, it's been an exciting night thus far, and the contestants are going for $5,000.
Right, the winner here, $5,000 as you've seen, but that only leads to bigger and better things. The winner goes on to Las Vegas May 20th in the big pay-per-view extravaganza where they receive up to $50,000 and the toughest man in the world title.
I call it a winner takes most contest. $50,000 to the winner, $5,000 to second place. It will be at the spectacular MGM Grand. Now, Art, quick thought on tonight. I think we've seen a lot from the guys who are boxers. I thought this was supposed to be just a slugging competition.
Well, this is the tough man contest. You get everybody. You get sluggers, you get brawlers, you get guys that think they can box, you know. This ain't a boxing contest. This is the tough man contest. 3 one-minute rounds. These guys are bad. They want the money. They want the title. They want to show their friends and neighbors how tough they are, and the world, and they are all tough.
And this is also a copyrighted event. And if you're interested in staging a tough man competition, please contact Adore Limited, P.O. Box 146, Bay City, Michigan, 48707. More coming up from Cobo Arena in just a moment. So, Bruce Beck and Dave Bontempo back in the city which gave us Motown, Detroit, Michigan. We move to the quarterfinals of the Midwest Regional Tough Man, and it should be a fine opening match. Jeff, the Pitbull Graf against Bob Jigsaw Martens. And there's a look at the Pitbull right on the left side of the arm of Jeff Graf. It is a tattoo, and he believes in the Pitbull. As a matter of fact, he had the Pitbull named Zeus. In the other corner, the Jigsaw man, Bob Martens. A man of many talents, loves photography, reading, working out, and is self-employed in many different businesses. Black trunks for Martens, teal trunks for Graf.
Martens came up with a one-punch turnaround knockout victory earlier tonight. And the Pitbull coming on and defeated Sugar Ray Hammond, a big favorite here. Now they go at it again. Endurance starts to come into play.
Martens, who was well behind in his first fight before he landed that one big right.
And you have to wonder if that sends the wrong message if a guy thinks he can always do that. Or if he rebounds and realizes he must start sooner.
The Pitbull Graf goes to the body and lands.
And you see Martens, he wants to wind up with that big right-hand bomb.
And he only believes in going upstairs with that right hand, Dave.
No body shots in the Tough Man, it's almost outlawed.
Mr. T says everything goes except for spitting and cursing.
And that's only between rounds. And you hear the fans immediately getting on them. They want likes the fast pace.
So not much happening in round number 1. A lot of staring, a lot of looking at each other, but not much punching.
And a little bit sizing up of the opposition here. As there's Martens.
Martens repairs and restores old building. He is self-employed. He's also a chartered life underwriter. He does a lot of financial planning, and he's a chartered financial consultant. He won one Toughman competition in 1991 in Jackson, Michigan. And Jeff Graff, the pit bull, a construction worker, uses that jackhammer religiously. Went to college for a year, and he wants to go back and get a degree in criminal justice. Here we go, round number 2. First round, a tough one to score.
And Martens was very tentative, and you may see that as a split round, but they've made up for it here.
Uppercut landing religiously by Graff now. And Martens counters.
Now they're starting to resemble the barroom concept that brought this all together.
Nice straight right thrown in there by the pit bull. Pit bull dropped in the teal trunks. Jigsaw Martens in the black trunks.
Able to hold, and then he gets the shot off. And he's held his left hand up in a spot where he's not getting hit with Martens' right.
Graff is starting to find the range.
But he knows about Martens' right. He was here for the first fight. They do a little bit of scouting here.
No DCRs are allowed in that bullpen, but they do watch the other fights.
You can see that the pit bull is afraid of the right hand, and properly so. He's not been tagged by it.
Martens trying to depend on that one right hand. Otherwise, it's been a big round for Graff. The only question is, Dave, how did they score the first round?
I think they'll go back and forth. I thought that Graff had a little bit of an edge in round 1. If you're in the corners, you got to figure that the judges were split. Second round there, going for Graff.
Second round action.
And Graff leading in, and Martin misses with the left hand, but Graff gets his, and then the leaping right hand. They wouldn't teach that in the boxing game, but here, from the angle, anything goes, and Graff piles up points.
Come on, cornerman down.
Could be all riding on this third round.
Probably is, and Martin cannot make a living with one shot. He did earlier, but he's got to dig in and win a round here.
Pit bull Graff lands 4 or 5 punches in a row.
And he's stopping the progress of the right hand by Martens by getting his left hand out there.
Martens with the right to the body. He wants to go up top. He's looking for the one-punch knockout.
Graff fighting like somebody who thinks he's in charge and trying to protect the lead. Strategy and Toughman? What is this?
It's a surprise. Martens stalking, but no punching.
And the pit bull staying on the outside, jabbing, incurring the wrath of this crowd, but taking the knockout punch away from Martens.
I think it's smart.
Go hold, come on.
Graff says the pit bull is a very smart dog. He's been very smart in the ring, even if the crowd boos.
The object is to win.
And it's over, please. Absolutely. And I thought a very well thought out fight on the part of Jeff Graff. You know, you get a good matchup, a good little run, you can get to the semis.
Endurance is key, but in this case, a good style matchup for Graff, and he shows his versatility. He beat a southpaw earlier, now he comes back and beats a heavy barroom brawler type. So Graff has shown so far the most versatility in this tournament.
Hey, good fight, man. Good fight, guys.
So we'll wait for the official decision from Art Dorr. Bob Martens was holding out for the opportunity for one punch, and it really never came. Here's the decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner on a unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, the pit bull, Jeff Graff.
So the 21-year-old Graff from River Rouge, Michigan, the construction worker with the victory.
And a good call. He had a good strategy, and he was able to pull it off.